Well, hello, I'm Alex.
And I'm Tracy.
So today we're going to do the fourth of our March Restorative Series. And for today, I will be talking Tracy through our big toe to head reclining, opening up the back of the leg. So the reclining hand to big toe pose. And we're going to start with just, before we start actually, just indicating that one thing that you'll absolutely need is a strap for this. And what is optional would be a block and also just a rolled up blanket. So those other two things, not as necessary, but the strap absolutely is. So we'll get started with Tracy lying on her back. And the reason we're sort of flush towards the wall is we can use the wall a little bit on this pose as well. So if you've got some wall space at home, I invite you to do so. So we'll start, it's meant to be done for both legs, but what we'll do is we'll start with Tracy's right side and keep her left leg completely straight. So let's begin, and while she's lying flat, I'll just demonstrate. If it's difficult for your neck or head, you can always opt, this is where the blanket comes in, you can always slide it just beneath the head for a little bit more extra comfort and support. And if you also find that it's difficult to have that left leg that's staying on the floor completely flush to the floor, I invite you to either press the foot against the wall, or you can also just tuck a block or another cushion or rolled up blanket just under your leg. So that's another way to do it. I don't know if you will need that.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll just move the block, but as you can see, Tracy's still pushing her foot right against the wall. And then with the right leg, what you'll be doing is you're going to bend the right knee and bring it right into your body. And then Tracy's going to take hold of the strap, right? And she's going to wedge that strap right into the arch of her foot and slowly extend it. So what you're noticing here is it's beautiful the way she's doing it. She's got her arms nice and straight. You want your hands as close up to the strap as possible so that your arms are nicely extended. And she's extending beautifully through the back of her leg. And this is a wonderful pose for opening up the hamstrings, and it's great for sciatica. I've been hearing a lot of people complaining about sciatica, and I think it's one of those things that flares up in the change of season and possibly just going from sitting and being a little more sedentary in the winter months and moving into spring. So this is a lovely pose that you can do, easily at home. Both legs, we're looking at probably 1 to 3 minutes. Now, what you want to do when you're in the pose as well is if you're a little more flexible and you want to open up further, you can choose to pull the leg in a little closer. And if you're finding that's too strenuous, always opting to ease it up, and you can even either come back to the midpoint where the leg is perpendicular. You can also ease even a little further down. Like so. That's beautiful. Excellent. So, and the other thing that Tracy will demonstrate is how you can move your leg sideways, either all the way flush directly to the right side. So I'll let Tracy show.
So if you want to go into another part of this to get into a different part of the leg, the inner thigh and groin, take the straps into your right hand. And can you grab the block? Yeah. So then I'm going to open my leg out to the side, and it's depending on how much your leg opens, it might work for you to take a block either under the outer edge of your foot or under your thigh if your leg doesn't come down that far, and then it just gives a little support and makes it a little bit more restorative. And then you can kind of hang out there for a little bit longer than just a few breaths.
And the other, just some fine-tuning points, if she's going to bring her leg back up again. What you also want to just touch, like make sure that your collarbone through the front is pulling away from the sternum, and you want to flush out a little bit with the shoulder blades pressing as deeply as you can into the back of the floor. So it's, I'll just speak with some benefits of this pose while Tracy's holding it. It's really great for strengthening your knees as well and stimulating the prostate gland, improving digestion, very nice. It relieves backaches, sciatica, which we just mentioned, and also really good for menstrual discomfort. And it's a great stretch for just your hips, your thighs, your hamstrings, and also the groin and of course your calves. So that's the pose. And once again, inviting you to do it at home. Use it, the opposite foot and leg against the wall, and 1 to 3 minutes, and that should hopefully help address a little bit of the sciatic issue that I think we're all feeling this time of year.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. This is the fourth of our series of restorative classes this month. So we're going to move into some different stuff in April. Stay tuned for that.
Absolutely.
If you enjoyed this and you want to check out maybe an opportunity to join us for a full hour-long class, could be restorative or yin, we've got several gentle options on the schedule. Blockhouseyoga.com and click on the shop link. Thanks.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you soon.
Namaste.
Namaste.